Our mind is just like a hard drive in the computer. Anything you keyed in is recorded. Okay? Anything you key in into that keyboard, it will record it in that hard drive, unless you format it. But then our mind, you cannot format it. It's recorded either bad or good. You cannot format it. But here's the thing that you can do. You cannot eliminate it either. Format means eliminating. We cannot do that. But what we can do is to acknowledge it, to observe it. Anything that pops up, we observe it, we acknowledge it, and then when our mind is strong, when our concentration is strong enough, automatically all those won't bother you anymore. Even though it still exists. But they are weak. Versus your mind is so strong. Whenever those thoughts pop up, you can see it right away. When you see it right away, means they will vanish by itself. It cannot exist. It cannot stay within your pure mind. It always stays when our mind is not pure. When our mind is full of defilements, then yes, all those unwholesome thoughts will stay. But when your mind is pure, all those will be gone. So in order for us to do that, we have to practice mindfulness. In order for us to have peace, we have to practice mindfulness. Don't expect our venerable monks to bring peace to this town, to all of you here. Don't expect that way. We are just walking to show you the way, the path, and show you even in tough time, we're still not giving up. We encounter a lot of problems, right? But we are not giving up. We still continue our walk and peacefully doing that. We are walking just to show you the key, show you the path, hand you the key to open that box where you have locked peace and happiness inside. And you've forgotten it for a long time. Now we need to unlock it, let it free. And in order for us to do that, we have to have mindfulness, which is our breathing right here. Only the breathing you need to do. Breathe in and out with mindfulness means we breathe in, we add awareness to it. We breathe out, we add awareness to it. Knowing that breath going in, knowing that breath going out. We've been breathing like a machine for a long time. Never pay attention to our breath. Either short or long, we don't know. Now that we breathing to practice mindfulness means we pay attention to here by the nostril, breathe in and out naturally. Don't force our breath. And then when breathe in, breathe out, just acknowledge it. Knowing each breath going in and out. That is awareness. And then when you breathe in, breathe out, thoughts pop up. Any type of thoughts. The past, the future. When it pop up, for most of us, we'll follow those thoughts. That is our nature. That is our habit, following thoughts. Because we cannot see them. We not realize that, oh, I'm doing the mindfulness practicing right now. Because we are really weak at concentration right here, at the beginning. So we follow those thoughts. Now, if you realize that you are following the thought right now, come back right here. If you realize you are following a thought, you are not doing the breathing anymore, then please come back right here with the breathing. Bring your concentration, which is bring your mind back to this nostril area and breathe in and breathe out again. And then breathe in and breathe out, another thought pop up. Observe that thought. Acknowledge that thought by saying silently, thought, thought, thought. Come back right here. And then another thought pop up, acknowledge it, come back here, come back, come back. Keep doing that. Keep practicing ourselves to bring the concentration back to this present moment, which is in and out. That's all we need. We've been living in the past and the future. Now we train ourselves to live here and now, this present moment. We don't need to live with the past and the future anymore. Okay? As long as you can stay focused within your breath, you're good. And then if you hear any type of sound, any type of noise, just acknowledge those as sound, sound, sound. Don't even ask who, what, where, why. Just acknowledge those sound as sound. Just like somebody yell, acknowledge that as a sound. Sound, sound, come back here with the breathing. Don't follow that yelling. Okay? Any type of sound, just acknowledge it, observe that at first, acknowledge it, come back here. Any type of sensation on this body, itchy, numb, pain, anything, just acknowledge it. Itchy, 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 come back here. Pain or numb, come back here. Keep doing that every single time. Every single time when you feel anything within this body. Bring your concentration back here after you observe it. That's all. Is it easy? Simple? It is very easy and simple to hear about it, but when you practice, it's totally different. Right? When you practice, it's different. When you practice, when we practice, then our mind tends to follow those thoughts over and over. Keep chasing after those thoughts. And let's say if you meditate for 1 hour, you're probably gonna spend 50 something minutes chasing after the thoughts already. Yes. Because those thoughts are so strong and our concentration here is very weak. So weak. That's why we cannot focus. Now if we want to, after 50 something minutes, and then you realize that, oh, you still following the thought. It's okay to come back here even if it's 59 minutes. You just have 1 minute, that's enough. Don't be disappointed. Continue practicing. Every single day you add 1 minute. 1 minute. Add up every single day. And now when you go to work, let's say you work for 8 hours. Right where you sit to do your work, every 1 hour pass by. Just take out 1 minute. 1 minute off from that 1 hour. Close your eyes, relax, let go of everything. Focus on your breathing. After 1 minute, go back to work. Another hour, take out another minute. Keep doing that. At least 8 hours of working, you have 8 minutes of mindfulness practicing. That's how you add it to your workplace. Not just that. We mindfully doing our work, our job. That is practicing as well. But do not multitask. Do not multitask when you do any type of work. Okay? If you can do that every day, and at home, when you cook, just focus on cooking. No lovers, which is no cell phone. When you cook, focus in it. When you eat, focus in it. Try to be mindful when you eat. I challenge you. On that table, dinner table with the whole family, no lovers, and no talking. Just mindfully eat. If we can do that, you see how benefit it is. If you can just focus. Sometimes if you want to talk, it's okay to talk. But talk with mindfulness. And then done, back to eating. It means that we do only one task at a time. One thing at a time. When you talk, because when we talk and then we eat, we really don't know what we're eating. When we eat and we check on our phone, we don't know what we're eating. A lot of you, when you eat, the eye is catching on the TV, the hand is scooping and eating. We really don't know what we're eating for sure. Is that right? But we are doing that every single time. We keep doing that to ourselves. That is not love. And a lot of time we say that we love ourselves. No, that is not. Unfortunately, that is not loving ourselves. That is, you hate yourself a lot. You hate yourself a lot by doing that because it's not supporting you. That is just going to harm you more than supporting you. Because all those things are training yourself to be sidetracked. Training yourself not to focus. And here we need to train ourselves how to focus. You look at your children, your kids. Now they go to school. They are having a difficult time concentrating in their school. They have a difficult time doing their homework. Look around you. Check on your kids, you will see. They really have a difficult time doing their homework. Why is that? Lovers. They are with their lovers all the time. And TV and movie and internet and everything, computer. We cannot stay focused. What about the future generation? If we keep doing this, what's going to happen? We completely wipe out everything in our head. Our memories, we cannot remember anything. Right? So are we gonna spend the rest of our life doing this to ourselves and our future generation, to our kids and grandkids? I hope not. And please, this is the time, this is the call that I hope everyone will see all these problems to turn around. We need to turn around, maybe to the old day. Maybe to the old day, because those old days we wasn't that busy chasing the world. We wasn't that busy spending most of our time on that lovers. Now that we spend so much time on it. And you change your lover every single year. Oh, this lover is old, just 1 year old. A new lover came out with a different version, a higher one, a better look. I have to change it. I have to change it. How many of us changing your lover every year? There are probably a lot of people changing lover twice or 3 times a year. You know why? Because you always bring your lover to the toilet. And then when you bring that lover to the toilet and talk and whispering, you go in there and send a message. Hi honey, what are you doing? I'm in the toilet. Your honey say, oh, how coincident. I am in the toilet too. And then keep texting back and forth. Well, I hope that you cannot see each other. And then because of unmindful, you drop your lover into that bowl. You fill it out, what's in it? Now you have to buy a new lover. Right? You spend a lot of time in that toilet with your lovers. And that is why all those toilets always busy. Always. You go everywhere, you go to the airport, you go to a public area, you go to any places, those toilets always locked. Because so many people going in there to spend time with their lovers, and a lot of people waiting for their turns outside. Those are the things that we are doing every single time that is pulling us outside. That is pulling us out from this concentration. We cannot stay focused. We focus on something else. Right? So if you really want to change yourself, it's always started from there. Start from your lovers. Start from that kitchen. Start from that bedroom. Start from all your daily activities that you have to change little by little. But you have to have a strong determination. Strong determination to let go of that lover. To focus on cooking. To focus on washing. To focus on reading. All those things, just one thing. But you have to put effort and concentration and determination to tell yourself that I will not touch my lover. I will focus on this. I will focus on this. If you could do that, you win yourself. A lot of times you can win anybody. Good evening.
Good evening.
Are you cold?
Yes.
Okay, give yourself some energy.
Thanks.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for the welcoming from the county and all foreign officials. And thank you so much, Sheriff and police officer and fire department and EMS being with us today to get here safely. And thank you everyone for coming out for this mission in the cold. Thank you so much. And of course, without this place, we're going to be we staying outside. It's going to be very cold. So thank you so much for the host of the guest tonight. So after 104 days, tonight was 104 days. How many of us here that have been practicing mindfulness to have peace?
Oh!
Wow. How many? How many of us? Please raise your hands. Well, that's a lot. So how was it? Did you catch that monkey? Huh? The monkey that is jumping here and there in our mind, in our head. That monkey, those thoughts keep on jumping here and there. If you meditate, if you practice mindfulness, then you should be able to see those monkeys jumping here and there, right? Is that right?
Yes.
If not, then probably you have done something wrong. Because you should be able to see that mind is thinking of all kind of things, one after another, right? When you focus on your breathing. So how about today? Since you woke up until now, how was it?
Peaceful.
On and off? It's not a good day at all? A good day? Okay, now is a good day, right?
Yes.
What about before that? Yes, still good? A great day? Oh, that's wonderful. That is awesome. For us to have a whole day of peace, that is very difficult. So how many hours have you spent to come out to wait for our venerable monks to arrive? Up until now, how many hours? 9. New Jersey, from New Jersey.
Maryland.
Well, today I have encountered some Delaware
Maryland.
and Canada, Massachusetts. Wow, a lot of people coming from Florida. Well, thank you so much for all this love. Thank you.
Maryland.
Thank you so much. And so we come from different backgrounds, different areas, different faith, different beliefs, and different skin colors and different languages we speak, right? But yet, of course, we be here together, we be able to stand here together in this cold, just for one mission, for the sand missing, which is peace, that everybody is looking for, have been looking for it. And now that we found it, because of the Venerable months of walking for peace. And this is the 104 days that we have walked. On each and every step we walk is with mindfulness. And everywhere we walk, now that a lot of people coming out to greet, to support, to show love and hospitality. It means that we really need help, because if we don't need help, we won't come out. Right? It's because we've been suffering, that's why we come out to support this mission. And I strongly believe every single one of us struggle in our life. It's just different ways, different things. But all of us struggle. All of us suffer. So how long and how many more days, how many more months and years that we want to continue with that sufferings? Or we willing to change from now? Would we like to change it from now or continue sufferings? Change, right? Chance to be a better, chance to be better, chance to have a better life. In order for us to do that, we just have to practice. We have to put in effort. Without effort, just like when you have a thought that you want to come out to support this mission, it's always started from that thought. And then from there, you make effort to get out that house and drive it in the road, stuck in the traffic, and then get here trying to find parking space. And now that you have to find a space for you to stand, right? And now you found it, waited for the monk to come out, and in the cold. All those are effort, right? Without effort, we won't be here. A lot of people on the way, they back out. A lot of people on the way, their peace fragile because of so many things going on. They cannot control their emotion, and they broke it. There always like that. There will be people like that. There will be people like this. So everything not just the nature. It doesn't matter, because our mind, that's the nature of the mind. It's sometimes, I always use this sample. In Vietnam, when we have a lot of paddy field, rice field, after we harvest it, and then those dry ones, the stems, those dry ones, we stack it up and then we burn it. We feed to the cows as well. And so when you burn those versus you burn the wood, which one will burn faster? Right, the rice, right? Those will burn very quickly. The fire gonna get higher and higher, and it's keep burning very quickly, and then it's gone. Versus the wood, the logs, those will take a long time to burn, and of course it will stay longer. For most of us, we are just like those rice scents. Whenever you hear something, anything, or just, for example, for this waffle piece, we are so excited about it. We want to come out right away, we want to support right away. Everything just burning so quickly. And then right after that, nothing else to burn. It's gone. It's gone. We don't want that. We don't want our life to be like that. We would want our life to burn as long as possible, as strong as possible, but last. Not just keep burning and burning within a few minutes and it's gone. We don't want that in our life. But unfortunately, a lot of people doing this because we always want fast food. We love fast food, right? Anything quick, fast. When it's too slow, we don't want it. We don't want it. When you practice something and you waiting for the result, if you don't see the result, you quit. When you do something and you want to see the result, when you don't see the result, you quit. That is the nature of the human being. We always expect the outcome. That you see it right in front of us. You can feel it, you can taste it. That is our expectation. And of course, a lot of things you can feel it, a lot of things you can taste it, a lot of things you can see it. But there's a lot of things just like marriage, we cannot see it. Spirit, we cannot see it. All those things in our mind, we cannot see it. All those thoughts, all those things we cannot see, right? We cannot see any of that. And of course, when we practice, when we do something, that is something that is growing with us every single time when we practice. So if you want to see the result, you'll be disappointed. But to be honest with you, when you really want to see the result, when you can see that monkey mind jumping here and there, that means you already in progress. Because a lot of time you cannot see those monkey mind. A lot of time when you do a lot of things, you cannot see your mind is active like that. Right now that you practice, pay attention to your breathing. That is when you can see your thoughts. Oh, I have that thought. That lady just bumped into me earlier today. And now that we sit down or we stand here and then just close our eye and focus on our breathing, and then that lady pop up in our head. The lady who bumped to us, hurt us. And now that you sit in there and that thought pop up, now you add more things to it, imagine more things to it. I wish she gonna do the same thing. I wish I'm gonna do that to her. Or somebody else gonna hurt her. So on. Our mind is like that, always thinking this and that. Okay? So anything that happened to us during our daily life is recorded. After it's recorded, when there's time, the right time, right condition, it will pop up.
In the relentless hum of our modern lives, there is a pervasive sense of acceleration that most of us feel in our bones. We wake up to alarms that startle us into immediate action, and from that first moment, we are off, racing against a clock that seems to tick faster every year. We live in a world of miraculous technology and unprecedented convenience. Yet despite these advancements, or perhaps because of them, we often find ourselves feeling more fragmented, more exhausted, and less at peace than ever before. We are searching for something substantial, a sense of grounding in a world that feels like shifting sand. We look for it in the next achievement, the next purchase, or the next digital notification. But true peace remains elusive. If we pause long enough to listen to the wisdom of those who have walked the path of stillness, we begin to realize that the peace we are chasing is not out there in the distance, it is right here, waiting to be uncovered beneath the noise of our own minds. To understand why this peace is so hard to find, we must first look at the machinery of the mind itself. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like the hard drive of a computer. It is a vast, intricate storage system that faithfully records everything, every experience you have ever had, every word that has been spoken to you, every triumph, and every heartbreak. It is all keyed in. The data is there, in our desire for a fresh start or a peaceful state of mind. We often wish we could simply reformat this hard drive. We want to press a button and delete the painful memories, the anxious thoughts, or the cluttered noise that keeps us up at night. We think, If I could just wipe the slate clean, then I would be happy. But the nature of the human mind does not work that way. We cannot simply format the drive. The files are permanent. This realization can initially feel discouraging. If we cannot delete the noise, are we doomed to live with it forever? The answer lies not in deletion, but in a shift of relationship. While we cannot erase the history recorded on the hard drive, we have the profound ability to change how we interact with it. We can learn to acknowledge the data without being ruled by it. This is the essence of observation. When we develop the capacity to simply look at our thoughts, to stand back and witness the whirring of the hard drive without getting tangled in the wires, something miraculous happens. Our concentration strengthens, and as that inner strength grows, the old files, the nagging worries, and the chaotic thoughts lose their power to bother us. They may still be there, stored away in the archives, but they no longer dominate the screen of our consciousness. We find that we can coexist with our history without being held captive by it. However, cultivating this kind of strong, observant concentration is becoming increasingly difficult in our current landscape. We are living in a time where technology moves at lightning speed, and we have collectively decided to chase after it. We run to keep up with the updates, the trends, and the constant influx of information. And in doing so, we have developed a habit of chronic distraction. We possess the innate ability to concentrate. It is a natural human faculty, but for many of us, this muscle has atrophied. It has become weak, not because it is broken, but because it is constantly divided. We have bought into the myth of multitasking, believing that we can effectively be in 5 places at once, doing 5 things at a time. We wear our busyness like a badge of honor, convinced that juggling multiple tasks makes us productive. But the spiritual reality is that when we do everything at once, we are actually doing nothing fully. We are everywhere, and therefore, we are nowhere. Consider the simple, daily act of eating. It should be a nourishing, sensory experience, but how often do we actually just eat? For many, a meal is merely an accompaniment to a screen. We eat while watching a movie. We chew while scrolling through text messages. We swallow while reading the news. We are physically present at the table, but our minds are miles away, entangled in digital conversations or fictional narratives. Or consider when we read a book, a quiet act of leisure. Even then, we are rarely alone with the text. Our cell phone is right next to us, hovering like a third wheel. The moment a message pings, our attention fractures. We leave the world of the book to tend to the interruption. And just like that, the continuity of our focus is broken. We have forgotten the profound simplicity of doing just one thing. The wisdom of mindfulness asks us to reclaim this simplicity. When you are eating, just eat. When you are reading, just read. When you send a message, just send the message. It is a call to single tasking, to fully inhabiting the moment you are in, rather than hovering halfway between the physical world and the digital one. This constant division of attention is largely driven by our complex, almost romantic relationship with our devices. It is not an exaggeration to say that for many of us, the cell phone has become a lover. Think about the characteristics of a new, intense romance. You want to be with them all the time. You feel anxious when they are not near. You check on them constantly, and you prioritize them over almost everyone else. This is exactly how we treat our phones. It is a dependency that has pulled us off track. This lover demands our attention from the moment we wake up until the moment we close our eyes. We carry this lover in our pockets, in our hands, and in our minds. When we are engaged in a task, this lover sits right there, tempting us, whispering to us, pulling us away from our work, our families, and our own thoughts. The absurdity of this relationship becomes clear when we look at our most private moments. It has become commonplace for people to bring this lover with them even into the restroom. It is a humorous image, but also a deeply telling one. Imagine if the walls of the restroom stalls were transparent, and we could see everyone sitting there, not in a moment of biological necessity or quiet relief, but staring blankly into a glowing screen. We are so terrified of a moment's boredom, so dependent on constant stimulation, that we cannot even perform the most basic human functions without digital accompaniment. We sit there, distracted, disconnected from our own bodies. Is it any wonder that we face physical ailments, that our systems are blocked, or that we feel metaphorically constipated in our creative and spiritual lives? We are clogging our inputs with constant noise. The advice here is blunt and liberating. Stop doing this. Leave the lover outside. Lock him or her in a drawer. Go into the bathroom. Do what you need to do. And come out. Reclaim even these small, mundane moments as spaces of singular focus. If we cannot be alone with ourselves for 5 minutes in a restroom, how can we expect to be at peace with ourselves in the greater scope of our lives? The cost of this constant connectivity is not just paid by us, it is being paid by the next generation. We only need to look at our children to see the ripple effects of our collective distraction. Teachers and parents alike are noticing that children today are having a difficult time concentrating. They struggle to sit still, to focus on homework, to read long passages, or to engage in deep, sustained play. Why is this? It is because they, too, are with their lovers all the time. The TV, the internet, the tablet, the smartphone, these devices are rewiring their developing brains. They are growing up in a world that demands their attention shift every 15 seconds. As a result, we are witnessing a kind of wiping out of memory. Deep memory requires deep attention. You cannot remember what you have not truly experienced. If we are skimming the surface of life, always looking for the next click, we are not laying down the tracks of long-term memory. We are becoming a society of surface dwellers, losing the depth that comes from sustained focus and deep immersion in a subject or a moment. So, how do we reverse this? How do we reclaim our minds and our peace in a world designed to steal them? We do not need to move to a mountaintop or renounce all technology. We simply need to integrate the practice of mindfulness into the fabric of our ordinary days. It begins with a very manageable, practical challenge: the 1-minute practice. Let us say you work a standard 8-hour day. The corporate grind can be exhausting, a marathon of emails and meetings. But suppose that for every hour that passes, you take exactly 1 minute for yourself. Just 1 minute. In that minute, you stop, you step away from the screen, you close your eyes, you relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, and let go of everything: the deadline, the annoying email, the to-do list. You bring your entire focus to your breathing. In and out. You simply exist. After that 1 minute is up, you go back to work. Then, an hour later, you do it again. By the end of an 8-hour workday, you will have accumulated 8 minutes of pure, restorative mindfulness. It sounds small, but the effect is cumulative and profound. These small islands of silence break the momentum of stress. They remind the hard drive of your mind that it does not need to spin at maximum velocity all day long. You are training yourself to return to the center, over and over again. Finally, we must bring this practice into the sanctuary of our homes, specifically to the dinner table. The home should be the place where we reconnect, not with the internet, but with the people we love and with the sustenance that keeps us alive. When you cook, just cook. Smell the spices. Feel the heat of the stove. Chop the vegetables with intention. Do not prop the lover up against the olive oil bottle to watch a video while you stir. Be there with the food. And when it is time to eat, I offer you a challenge that could transform the energy of your household: the silent, device-free dinner. Imagine sitting down with your whole family. The phones are not just face down, they are in another room. The TV is off. For the duration of the meal, there is no texting, no checking scores, no posting photos of the food. But take it a step further. Try eating in silence, or at least in a state of quiet mindfulness where the focus is entirely on the act of eating. Taste the texture of the rice, The sweetness of the vegetables. Look at the faces of your family members without the barrier of a screen. In this space, you are not multitasking. You are nourishing your body and your relationships. You are proving to yourself that you are the master of your attention, not the slave of your technology. This journey, from the cluttered hard drive to the focused mind, from the jealous lover to the liberated spirit, is the path of peace. It is a path of returning to the one thing right in front of you. It is a declaration that life, in its raw and immediate form, is interesting enough, beautiful enough, and worthy enough of our full attention. By putting down the distractions and picking up the present moment, we open ourselves to a life of depth, memory, and profound gratitude. We learn to love life not for what it could be if we just scrolled a little further, but for what it actually is, right here and right now.